How does one build trust in a marriage, or is trust built during courtship?
You first?
I just answered.
How does one build trust in marriage? Just put in a courtship. I think, again, go back to what I said about that kind of blanket trust thing. I think from my perspective anyway, I think it's wise to get to a point where I say, I'm going to trust this person, or I trust this person, and then off the back of that, like my approach to it anyway is like, okay, I trust this person. Then things can happen and you might have arguments or this or so forth, and you can make decisions, and that person might, let's say, violate the trust, or they might like lie to you or hide something from you and so forth, and you assess those accordingly. But I think there's definitely a wisdom in giving your partner the fullness of trust, and then navigating accordingly. Because I think when you give your partner the fullness of trust, there's a certain leaned in nature that they get that they don't get if they don't have the fullness of trust. And what I mean by that is, they don't have the fullness of trust. It's kind of always like a watch and see thing, or a wait and see thing, where it's like, we're kind of, and it's like what I've seen in relationships and so forth. It can be a wait and see thing where it's like, okay, like, I'll give him a bit more trust. Let's see what he does with it. I'll give him this bit more trust. Let's see what he does with it. Oh, taking it back. Oh, da-da-da-da-da. And that's like, I don't think that's the best ground for relationship to prosper in. I think, from my perspective, it's 100%. I think, from my perspective, it should be 100%, 100%. And then you navigate accordingly what happens. Let's say we keep going back to it, it's a big violation of trust. Or like, and even in terms of reasons for breaking up, let's say you're not on the same page. But if you're not on the same page, that's not a trust related thing. That's just, you're not going to the same place, right? You're not on the same page. But let's say a trust related reasons for breakups, the big ones, let's say infidelity or cheating or
That's
hiding.
infidelity.
Oh, sorry, yeah, infidelity, cheating, hiding some, I don't know, like hiding a child. You're hiding your son. Like, I don't know, like, those.
Okay.
I'm just saying it, like, if you look about, like, those reasons, trust-based reasons for breaking up or ending a relationship or a marriage or so forth. Do you know what I'm trying to say? If you look in the Bible, one of the main reasons Jesus said was, like, infidelity. Do you know what I'm trying to say? And that's a trust-based reason. Like, I trusted you to honor your vows. You have broken your vows. Therefore, da-da-da-da-da, whatever. I think if you don't go at it as in 100%, I think there's things that are missed out in a relationship that could be there, or that could be there, but are felt if they are missed. And they're not like relationship breaking points, but are definitely value add points in the relationship if they're there, in my opinion. So in terms of, say the question again, sorry.
How does one build trust in a marriage, or is trust built during courtship?
Yeah, so in terms of that, I think once you get to that point and say, you know what, this is the person, I think lock it in and navigate accordingly. Obviously, before that point, I think, and this kind of links to the way my brain works, like, I can't really get into a serious relationship with someone. I've only been in 2 serious relationships. I can't get into a relationship with someone if I don't see like a future with them, like a match, and kind of see, oh yeah, this could be da. So I think for me, and maybe that's just the way my brain works. Some people's brain works a bit differently. Some people come in at a different angle. And to be fair, another approach might work for them. It's like, you know what, let's just kind of see how it goes. Let's just see, like, step by step and so forth, growing and that sort of thing. I think that's fine. It's a different approach. But for me to even get into a relationship, I have to have assessed it, understood the person to a certain extent, looked around it, obviously prayed about it and so forth, and then I'm in. And then when I'm in until it's like, yeah, this is not working, or it's not 100%, it's not going, and then it's done. So I think that being my approach, aligning with that approach of inness, is like, yeah, I'll give you this trust, and then we'll navigate accordingly. So, yeah.
Yeah, so honestly, I think it's built during a courtship. That's my view on it. I think you just start as you mean to go on, because a courtship is a time to like learn more about the person, understand more. And so if you don't build that trust within a courtship, a marriage is really the wrong place to start to build it, because there's way too much going on already. So you want to endeavour to get on the same page, like on as many things as possible. And so I think that's critical during a courtship. But again, I want to caveat this whole thing by saying I'm not giving advice. It's just my opinion. Definitely. Because like, I think there are so many people who want to tell, dying to tell people how to do life, how to do love, how to do relationships. And I think that is just confusing the waters a lot of the time, because like my mum's perspective, having been married now nearly for 40 years, or even more than that, so she's 60 now, so 42 years, like I think she is qualified to give marriage advice because of the longevity. I think that our generation, with all the best intention in the world, I'm sure loads of people have great intentions, but it's such a, like, marriage is such a complex topic that it's good to take in wisdom and positive vantage points, but modeling your whole life after what you see on Instagram and what you see on TikTok and what these type of individuals share with you, you don't even know what spirit they're coming with, you know, you got to be careful. So yeah, that's just my view on that, is that I think trust is built during courtship and you just build on that in marriage.